Hello and welcome to the Daily Rift. I'm Stormo and I will be taking you through yet another Nephilim Rift in Diablo 3. Looks like we've got the jail map at the moment and we're immediately into a champion pack. So that's good fun. Good old Molten. Wow, if that's going to be the character of this Rift then I may as well give up now. Let's see what else we get. Not a big fan of this map because you often get it in a really large configuration that you have to fight through, and it can be a pain in the bum, particularly to get to the final boss. So, not a particularly big fan of that. I'm recording this straight after yesterday's episode. I like to record these episodes in batches, just so I can get them out of the way and then just upload them each day. And because I have other things I like to do. And one of those other things is going to be, and it may even be up by the time you watch this video, Final Fantasy 13. So that will be happening. I've got this Rift and I'll record tomorrow's Rift immediately after this one. And then I will get into doing some Final Fantasy 13, and that will possibly be up depending on whether you're watching this the day after I've recorded it or sometime later. It will possibly be already up, or it will be up yesterday. Because I can do funny things to time because I have that kind of power. See, the Mangler. Give me something good. Give me a legendary. Give me some legendary pants. I need legendary pants. This is my big thing. This is what we actually want before we start looking at Torment 5 and Torment 6, is legendary pants. Well, set pants would be nice. Mara's pants would be nice. Marauder. But, cool, and a chest. I'm not a big stickler for efficiency when I do these runs. I like to sort of take my time and kill what comes at me. That's why I don't tend to do the whole run around, gather giant groups of enemies and then slaughter them down type thing. I will do that in greater rifts if I need to push for time. But generally in these kind of rifts I like to take my time. I'll even stop and identify legendaries if I pick any up. Oh, is that a blood shard one? That's a blood shard one. Excellent. I have a lot of blood shards. I really need to spend them because I'm close to hitting the shard cap. Okay, let's try and kill that. Have we got both of them there? Just that one. He's got like 1 health. Come on. Oh, wow. Where did the other one go? Did the other one get away? Ah, that sucks. The other one got away. So he's an interesting thing. I've hit the blood shard cap. So I will have to... I'll leave all this here. They won't despawn. So I'll leave all this here. I think the other one might have got away. Not prism. So the other one got away. What I'll do is I'll leave all that there, and I will actually come back later and pick those blood shards up. So, man, that's really annoying actually, because I've capped out my blood shards, and I don't want to go to Kadala just yet. So I'm going to have to leave this rift open. Oh, did I die? No, I didn't die. Good. Use that. Don't know what happened then actually. So I'll find out when I watch the video back. So yeah, so I've clearly, I've got 500 blood shards. I'm okay with the blood shard cap being 500. I am sort of bothered by the change in the cost they did a couple of patches ago, where they decided that we needed more blood shards. Now, I believe I can come back to this level later, or I could just keep farming on this stage in the hope that it's big enough that I can get to a Rift Guardian here. Actually, no, I can just come back to this level after we kill the Guardian, can't I? Yep, just pull back through it. So I'm going to do that with those blood shards as we descend further into the rift. Now, I've gone over this way now, so I may as well keep going this way. I know there's a level exit there. Maybe I should get out of here quickly. But we'll just see how we go up here. Die. And we'll come back. More. Do I want to kill them? Yeah, why not? Yeah, I suppose if we can stay on this level, it's probably not a big deal. It's just, I don't really like these prison levels. Like I say, there are certain Rift Guardians that I find really difficult to deal with on these levels. So, hopefully, we'll get that out of the way. You're not going to die. So, you might wonder why I'm playing Diablo 3 instead of some more interesting game. Well, for a start, I think Diablo 3 is an interesting game. Secondly, I am terrible at Hearthstone. So I'm not going to be one of those people on YouTube who has hilarious Hearthstone videos. I do play Hearthstone a little bit, but I haven't invested the time or the money into it to get all the cards unlocked. So I enjoy it, but I find it extraordinarily frustrating to play. And I'm sure that might make for great YouTube videos when I lose games that I should easily win, but I'm just not good enough to make the kind of plays that I think would be entertaining to watch in a YouTube video. If you want amusing Hearthstone videos, there's at least a million other people there. Go watch Trollden's videos, go watch Trump, go watch, even Husky does them these days. Krendor, that's the other guy I was thinking of. Go watch those guys, because they're vastly better at Hearthstone than I am. And I would never want to pretend that I'm good at something I'm not good at. Then again, I'm not really good at Diablo 3 either, so I don't know why you're watching this at all. So I should stop with the self-deprecation. It's unbecoming, as I was once told. I suppose I'm okay at this. I mean, let's face it, I am playing at the second highest possible difficulty level. But the way Diablo 3's sort of developed is that you'll pretty much get to a point where high torment is basically possible for anyone who just puts the time in. And these days a lot of players are complaining that Torment 6 is too easy. Let's destroy those barrels. I once did that. I started a rift and I destroyed the first barrel and it dropped a Firebird's chest, I believe it was. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm going Firebird's build on my wizard now. So that was good fun. Oh, I've got something interesting in here. What is it in here? That guy. Okay. Mark for death, Norman. Put Mark for death up. There we go. That works. Do that. Get that out. More Mark for deaths. The thing with Mark for death, and this is particularly jarring with the Contagion, you can actually only have Marked for death active on one enemy at a time. But if it spreads through Contagion, it can be active on multiple enemies. But if you put it on an enemy, it'll fade off another enemy, but if you have Contagion, it'll happily travel to multiple enemies, so I don't really understand why that is. Woo, speed. We can smash all the things. So, here we go, Mark for death. We're getting there, guys. I'm learning how to play Diablo 3. It's great. Everyone has their own style when it comes to this game, and I think I've said in the past that my style is to be as lazy as possible, so... And if you're wondering about that treasure goblin before, the one that dropped all the blood shards, if you haven't played Diablo 3 for a little while, you may not be aware that the latest patch added different types of treasure goblins that drop different kinds of things. So there's one now that drops like huge amounts of loot, more so than a regular goblin will drop. There's one that drops blood shards, which was one of the ones we got before. I didn't see what the other one did. Maybe they were both blood shard goblins. I didn't get a good look, and I'm not sure I killed both of them. I'll watch this video back and see if I killed both of them. So just stay out of the molten explosion. And yeah, so there's one that drops heaps of blood shards. There's one that drops heaps of crafting materials. Like arcane dusts and veiled crystals and all those good things. I think they can also drop forgotten souls too, and death breaths as well. So, and there's one that drops huge amounts of gold. They also all have a possibility of opening the portal to Greed's domain, which is basically a mini dungeon that was introduced with Reaper of Souls, almost entirely full of gold. I've seen videos of players picking up like 100 million gold in Greed's domain. I don't even have 100 million gold right now, so I'm looking forward to that. Pardon me. I'm looking forward to actually getting to a Greed's domain at some point. I've never actually had one drop, and I wouldn't say I've done a huge number of rifts, but I've done a lot. Okay, that sounds the same, but whatever. This is where Vault would have come in handy. I thought about switching to Vault before I started this run. I'm recording this immediately after yesterday's run, which is why you'll probably notice the time is saying not long after yesterday's run. It's a Tuesday morning where I'm recording these at the moment. So, but yeah, so I'm going to record another one after this, and that will be for tomorrow. So I'll have 5 days worth of daily rifts up and running. Why am I going that way? Pay attention to the map. So, don't worry, I just regularly talk to myself when I play video games. So, and now I have someone to talk to. That's why I'm making these videos, because I figure I should just vocalize all the words I say when I play them. This rift has actually been quite full of elites and champions, I've noticed. Let's see if we can get that happening. There we go. There we go. So there we go. Let's heal up, because that's Desecrator. Desecrator is not a difficult affix to deal with. I think my most hated affix, particularly as a Demon Hunter, is probably Waller. I know there are other affixes that are more annoying in terms of the damage they do, and sometimes there are others that have positioning requirements, but I hate the way Waller essentially forces you... Hello! It's a Malevolent Tormentor. I hate the way Waller forces you... Oh! He teleports! Wow! Mind blown! He's dead. He didn't open a rift. Oh, wow. That's the one that drops all of the loot. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that gold counter. 63,000 gold we just got. This is going to fill up my inventory, which is really annoying. Yeah, I've run out of stuff. I should have room for those Veiled Crystals. Let's... Veiled Crystal, Veiled Crystal, Veiled Crystal. Do I want all those yellows? Let's see what my inventory looks like. No, not really. Okay. So I will identify that legendary at the end of the run. I don't want any of the other loot. I have millions of crafting mats anyway, so unless another legendary drops, I probably won't pick up any more loot on this run. I could always half back to town and drop the loot off, but I just want to make this a continuous run rather than interrupting it with a trip back to town. So, and remember, I'm going to have to come back here anyway to pick up all those blood shards later on. So I believe they will remain in place until I either close the rift or quit the game. So hopefully neither of those things happens. I'm running a little bit of latency because I'm actually uploading a video to YouTube in the background. So you might see my latency meter drop from green to yellow occasionally. One of the great things about Diablo 3 was that Blizzard quite recently added an Australian server that links to the American server, so you can connect to the Australian server. And from my internet connection, I get about probably between 20 and 40 milliseconds most of the time. You see it's dropped to about 370 at the moment. So that's not unplayably bad, but it does mean that I might die a little bit in clutch situations. So hopefully we don't have too many of those, and I'll be able to just go through fairly easily. I'm not a big fan of this layout. This is the West March layout. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I thought it was nice and fresh and new when Reaper of Souls came out, and it was, oh my god, this is like a whole city of Diablo style, and it'll be awesome. But it comes up so often in my riff runs these days that I'm bored of it. So I usually get this, and I usually get the underground temple that you do on the way to Magda in Act 5. That might have been a massive spoiler if you've never actually played Reaper of Souls, but look, suffice to say Magda comes back, okay? Anyway, so yeah, I often get this map and that map. They're probably my two most common maps. I don't think they've actually shown up in these videos yet, until now. But yeah, I'm not... Because of that, I get bored of them, basically. Especially this map, because the way this map works in the game is it's full of all these crazy nooks and crannies you can go through, and none of those are actually in the version you come across in the rifts. But we'll continue down here. I don't really have any sort of goal. Like, I find with the rift, Paragon level. I find with the rift that you don't need to really worry about exploration. You just want to kill the enemies, fill the bar, get the boss, get out, get the loot. So we're fairly close to filling the bar, which means that this episode will end fairly shortly. You can always tell how close an episode is going to end. Why am I picking up stuff? You can always tell how close an episode is going to end based entirely on the fact that I finish them once I kill the boss, and the boss appears once we fill that bar, so we're fairly close to the end here. Yeah, and I still haven't got the hang of getting Marked for Death up. I'll have to practice that. That's what I'll do over the weekend. I'll practice my Marked for Death skills. Oh, chest. While we're on a lull, I'll just... no, I won't do Paragon points yet. I'll do them outside of the Rift. Maybe I'm secretly embarrassed about showing you how I've assigned my Paragon points. It doesn't actually matter with Paragon points because you can reassign them anytime. And once you hit Paragon level 800, you've basically filled out all of the 50-point ones. And at that point, you're just putting points into the stat growth ones that don't have any cap. So Rift Guardian's around here somewhere. He's back up here. Okay. There he is. What have we got? Bone Warlock. Hello. Mark him for death. There we go. That's that latency. I hit that button and there was a fairly clear lag. In fact, my latency slipped down quite badly at the moment. It's in the red, so I need to be aware of that. Probably my turrets aren't spawning either. There we go. Do that. He teleports around. Now, Bone Warlock is not quite the Skeleton King. There's another one that's closer to the Skeleton King in there, like, it's called the Crusader King or something like that. Yeah, this latency is getting a bit annoying at this point. But we shall push on. I promise I will never do more of these videos. Well, I'll do one more after this, and then I won't ever do these videos when I'm uploading one to YouTube already. That'd be smart. 'Cause I am smart. Even smarter if I kill this Bone Warlock. There we go. Oh, he's dropped a hand crossbow and a bunch of other stuff, so I'm going to have to throw something out of my inventory to fit that legendary in. And probably to fit... oh, why have I got those? Well, I can throw those out of my inventory. I don't need those. And... Keystone Trials. Crystals, if I have room for the Forgotten Soul, which I do. And I don't have room for those blood shards, so I'm going to have to come back to those blood shards as well, aren't I? Great. We're going to have to come back anyway. Anyway, that's the end of this run, and I will come back and pick up all the blood shards and everything like that before I go into the next run.